What's up, guys? Welcome to the first lecture on setting up your local environment and workspace. All right, so in order for us to develop Angular applications, we actually need to be able to set up our workplace. So first, what I need you to do is we're just going to go through this quickly. This guide explains how to set up your environment for Angular development using the Angular CLI tool, or the command line interface tool. Okay. It includes information about your prerequisites, installing the CLI, creating an initial workspace and starter app, and running that app locally to verify your setup. So if you were new to Angular, see Getting Started. Getting Started helps you quickly learn the essentials of Angular in the context of building a basic online store app. It leverages the Stack Blitz online development environment, so you don't need to set up your local environment until you're ready. So we cover that in subsequent lectures, but I just want to have you guys go ahead and set up your development environment just to cover the, obviously setup. So prerequisites to use the Angular framework, you should be familiar with the following: JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. Okay, knowledge of TypeScript is helpful but not required. Next, we need to install Node.js, so make sure your development environment includes Node.js and NPM package manager. Angular requires a current active LTS or maintenance LTS version of Node.js. See the engine's key for the specific version requirements in our package.json. So to check if you have a node currently installed in your computer, open a command prompt. All right, go to Windows. All right, type in cmd and just type in node-v. Okay, I already have Node running. If you need to get Node, go to nodejs.org and download Node. Run through the installer, and you should have installed Node at that time. Okay. So next, we need the Node package manager. The Angular CLI and Angular apps depend on features and functionality provided by libraries that are available as NPM packages. To download and install NPM packages, you must have an NPM package manager. This setup guide uses the NPM client command line interface, which is installed with Node.js by default. To check that you have the NPM client installed, run npm-v in a terminal console window. Let's go back again. I'm just going to come here, npm-v. You can see I have npm installed here. Okay, so step one, we're going to install the Angular CLI, okay? You use the Angular CLI to create projects, generate application and library code, and perform a variety of ongoing development tasks such as testing, bundling, and deployment. Install the Angular CLI globally. So to install the CLI using npm, open a terminal console window and enter the following command. Okay, npm install -g at angular/CLI. All right, let's pull that up. So I've already done this, but let's go ahead and just show you this. Install -g at angular/CLI, run it. This is what it looks like. And we have installed the Angular CLI. Great. So next we want to create a workspace and initial application. Now I've already done this. I'm going to actually just link to the next lecture where I did this. You can create a new app by typing ng new and give the app a name. You can just call it my app, but I created one already and I opened it up in Visual Studio Code. Okay, if you guys don't have Visual Studio Code, I highly recommend that you go ahead and download that now. All you need to do is go search for it and just type in Visual Studio Code download, and you can get yourself your Visual Studio Code download. Here, selecting your appropriate operating system for download. All right, next, so after you create your new app, you want to CD into the folder that you created the application in, and then you can launch the application by typing in ng-serve --open, and that will actually launch your app. Okay, so let's see this work. I have, let me open that up. So I've already created my first Angular app. I'm already actually inside that app. So I've already typed ng new my Angular app. So let me just go ahead and serve this. Angular project, but Angular project definition could not be found. Okay, it needs to be, that is the actual app. So ng serve -open. Let's see this run. It's just taking a second. It's taking a long second. Oh, okay, it's still compiling. Let's just give this thing a minute. So it's compiling all the TypeScript files down to JavaScript right now. So we're transpiling. That's what the Angular transpiler is what it is. It's not actually a compiler. It's saying it's compiling. All right, give it a second. Patience is a virtue, of course. Voila. There's our Angular application. My first Angular app is running. How wonderful. So here's some additional links to help you get started, where you can, of course, learn Angular, which is what we're doing now, CLI documentation. Next steps, you can, oh, this is great. So you can create a new component, Angular material, you can run and watch tests, add PWA support, build for production, add a dependency. Okay. Well, we're going to probably create a component. Oh, you can do animations, CLI, look at that. Protractor, fine. What's that? Interesting. All right. Well, cool. So hey, we have, we've set up our development environment. We have downloaded Node. We have the Angular CLI installed. We have, you guys have downloaded Visual Studio Code. If you haven't done that, go ahead and do that. It makes it a lot easier to edit. Excuse me. And that makes it a lot easier to edit your Angular applications. So do get Visual Studio Code, and you can fire that up. As you can see, we created our Angular directory, our Angular folder. This is the My First Angular App application that we created with ng new. So I'm just here taking a look at the app as it is, from the topmost app module file. Okay, so thanks guys for watching. This was the setup lecture. We're going to get into Angular concepts within the subsequent lectures, as well as we're going to take a look at some demo projects as well. Okay, so I'll see you in the next lecture.